if you're into the room, it will say you are going to design this project. You're going to think of this project. Everything that you come across is a project idea, and you would literally tell yourself about this circle moves on to another place or in another country and into another continent, or everything about China would be everything about China, and all the facts and information that would be about China, and everything that we know as a geographical thing is that we will hover our mouse. We would have test questions. We have a multiple choice section in Game Maker, right? Game Maker 8.1 program. We will have a timer, would have a circle, and the circle gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So what do I mean by the circle? Okay, so get this right. Just gonna load up Paint. If you do give me a bit of time to kind of speed this up a bit, like for me to talk about all these ideas and to have a circle of itself. So this circle, right? So if the time of this is set to this, so that's full circle. This would be part of it, and it's trying to fill up. So imagine that it's being filled up throughout time, and then eventually you can see it like go from small, like, do you get what I'm saying? Like let's say that small is like this, like that took maybe 5 seconds or 15 seconds, and then for this whole one it might take 2 minutes or something, for as example. Countdown time and a like that could be a cluster, a button, or a function that's moving. You can see that is behaving in those ways. We can have a 30-second time. So this could be also be represented with time as well. So you can see that it's like a sand being filled as time, because you put it upside down or you put it up ways, and you can see the filling up, that this thing's filling up. But this could be a 10-minute time frame, or this be a 5-minute time frame, or a different time types compared to each other. So that's what I kind of want you to understand. As for anything that could be part of project regarding a time thing, we can have this to be very goal orientated, and is saying this is about the project. Because look, I've come to this window. The open window comes to this in the game. You can open different windows, like a view of a full screen window that can be dragged around. So this window, as example, could be made bigger. It could be made smaller. It could be it basically could be resized, just like how we did for the book. So that's an idea. So this can be resized smaller or bigger. So it's been resized bigger. You can even fill up the whole entire screen. You still have that control to drag it, and for it to be able to maneuver around, or to have it being able to have the capacity to move around, and drop it and leave it there, just like we did for the inventory system and for our objects as well, which we've actually seen. So we're about 3 minutes into that. What else do I want to cover? These are some ideas overall. I could check my Facebook and see what I have for anything that would regard project or cube, readjusting its size. Potentially that could be in a separate project, but it is difficult to get it into highlights and all that, but we can see what we can do with that. That's a project idea. So anything to do with clicking, or to see like entering, we can play as a 2D stick man, like the pivot program. So we can go through that as being 2D, then isometric, and then in other forms as well, all in same or similar projects, but depending, like 3D wouldn't go together with the isometric and 2D. But if you imagine the stick man being 2D and being able to make his maneuver moves, and being in the 2D world like this, jumping, being a small one. So let's show you what I mean. Okay, so I'm just gonna load this up. Okay, so I want you to kind of understand is that we have a 2D man here. So we're playing the game in 2D here for this example. Like one room could make the character go in 2D. The next room is isometric. So this is 2D. He can. Alright, this is not going to be perfect with its leg still attached to that top part. But you get the idea that you can jump, climb, depending on how high you can jump, like Doodle, unless you pick up an item that can come. It's like Mario that eats the mushroom. Doom, you can get up there. You can fly up there, or it gives you that speed. But you can only do that when you collect the mushroom, or if character eats this, character is going to eat this ball. So make it a certain color. All right. So I want you to kind of understand. Okay, part of his arm is missing there, but it's okay with the leg. You know, it was missing there. Part of his arm now is missing. Hand or whatever. Dung. So it's good. So if you, I don't know, if you're able to be on the ground there. Okay, it's like, oh yeah, I get it, but no, I've got to clarify every step so that you understand, so that you can see it for yourself. You have to see the pattern. You may understand what I'm saying, but you need to see the action for that to be full context. Either it gets up there to that extent, or this does some different function. The TikTok symbol will do some sort of function where I can just go anywhere I want, and it becomes isometric. It becomes isometric literally. I can just literally walk up that way. It become isometric in that sense, compared to just touching this to only having that extent of a certain jump. But because it'll behave in 2D, if I can find another ball, if that ball is here, or green ball or whatever, then I can still make a vertical jump that goes to some extent. There's a vertical jump, or horizontal jump, sorry. Removing vertical, well, yeah. So, yeah, that explains that. This should be part 4, or part 5, or part 4 regarding my channel. I've looked at other things that I'm watching. I sometimes put like the subtitle on. I'll increase and decrease the playback speed as well, so I could have things that would best describe the project. I can readjust the sizing, or readjusting the speed, audio, or the sizing of the text. I don't know if that could be done on YouTube. Religion was Puto Buddhism, and for the longest time for the IVC. So we need full context to understand that that's circled. We can walk into that place. We can explore and find what we should remember, what we should always revert back to. So yeah, thank you.